Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be trying out and testing the new Merit Solo eyeshadows. These are a brand new product from Merit that is launching on August 22nd. Now these are a buildable cream to powder eyeshadow that give you a soft matte wash of color. They also have really nourishing ingredients such as chamomile, magnolia bark, and sunflower seed oil. So they are launching 4 neutral shades and 4 colorful shades, but the colorful shades do land a little more on the safer side. They're not like very bright and pigmented, they are a little more muted. And then for the neutral shades, they actually made it really beginner friendly on how to pick the right shade for you. If you've tried their concealer slash foundation stick before, they kind of have like a shade range. They say if you're between this shade and this shade, pick up this eyeshadow. If you're between this one and this one, pick up this color eyeshadow. But of course, you can pick whatever one that kind of speaks to you. They claim that these eyeshadows are impossible to mess up, they can be layered, and there's zero fallout increasing. They're also launching a double-ended eyeshadow brush to pair with these shadows. Now I did swatch these last night, but I have not applied them to my eyes yet because I wanted to try that together on camera for the first time. So these products were gifted to me and I got to pick out one neutral shadow and one colorful shadow. So for my neutral shadow, I picked out Studio, and for my more colorful shade, I picked out Viper. My first impression when I opened these is that I love the packaging. It does feel very luxe and I love the gold cap. And what's nice about this is that it actually has a very tight closure, which I think is really important for a cream eyeshadow like this. So when you put on the lid, you can twist it and like it's closed, but if you do an extra like turn, it really clicks shut. So I think that's really nice, and that makes me hope that the product won't dry out super fast. And then here's what the double-ended brush looks like. Again, mine is dirty because I was swatching these last night. But on one side you have a nice kind of fluffy brush that I think will be really good at just blending in the shadow. And the other end is this super teeny tiny little brush that I actually love the size of. Just to give you a little size comparison, this is the Sigma E30 pencil brush that I use all the time, and this is the Merit one. Like, this thing is itty bitty. But I think this set will be great for the lower lash line or even a little bit of eyeliner smudging. So when I swatched these last night, I was immediately impressed by how creamy they felt. I had the swatches on my hand for a couple hours and they did dry down matte, but not too matte, so I definitely would agree with the soft matte claim. And it didn't settle into any little fine lines on my hands. But of course, the true test is going to be how do these apply and wear on the eyes. I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer though. I'm honestly a little nervous to try this. I've never really been a big fan of any kind of potted single shadow or like a stick single shadow. I just normally find that those formulas feel very dry to me, but because this one felt so creamy, I feel like it should work for me. So I already went ahead and applied my eyeshadow primer. I'm just wearing the Urban Decay one and it has dried down quite a bit, so my eyes are now ready for this shadow. And again, they say you can use this brush or your finger to apply it, or really any brush obviously. But I think I'm just gonna take Studio, kind of swirl my brush in that, and I'm just gonna start by applying this on my eyelid. This brush does feel a little bit small, like I just wish it was a little bit longer because I kind of find myself almost holding the other bristles. Okay, so I'm just applying this eyeshadow on my lid all the way into my crease. I actually feel like that's looking pretty good, and this color is really pretty. It's nice and soft. I believe they describe this shade as a cool tone taupe. So I like how that looks on my lid, but I kind of want to blend out this part a little bit more. It just looks a little bit harsh. So I'm going to take a Sigma E28 with nothing on it and just see if I can kind of pat this line away. I just don't want to use the Merit brush because it's covered in eyeshadow. Alright, that blended out pretty well. And I'm going to take the teeny tiny brush with more Studio. I'm just going to run that across my lower lash line. This is probably the smallest eyeshadow brush I have ever used. Okay, I want to get super close and personal here. You can see how it dries down to a soft matte and it's really not creasing at all. Alright, I'm going to get my other eye up to speed. And then again, once I get to this kind of harsh line right here, I'm just taking my E28 and just patting over that and kind of blending upwards. This is blending out really nicely. Like, you have plenty of time to work with it before it completely dries down. So that is the shade Studio all over my eye. I want to see if I can take the green shade Viper and deepen up this outer part just a little bit. So let's see how these layer. So again, I'm taking the same brush. I'm just gonna pat this out here. It's not really as deep as I expected it to be. But formula-wise, it's not like caking up as I add on more products, so that's fantastic. I'm gonna add a little bit right out here on my lower lash line. Okay, that is the green shade added. Okay, I don't really like the green shade layered on top just color-wise, but I just really wanted to try out this color. I definitely liked the look better with just Studio all over the lid, but the point of this video is to test the products, right? I guess I kind of see these shadows as more of a one and done kind of look, not really something that you layer a bunch of different colors to get a specific eye look with. I'm also curious to see if they'll come out with more kind of shimmery shades in the future. I think it'd be gorgeous to see like a champagne in this kind of formula. Here's a final close-up of the eye so you can kind of see the texture of it. And again, even with layering the shadows, it's still not creasing in my eye creases. I'm gonna go finish off my makeup. I will be right back. Here's what the full face looks like. Like I said, I kind of wish I would have just kept the look with Studio all over my eyelid, but I wanted to try layering the shades, so here's what we're finishing with. So again, they claim that these shadows are impossible to mess up, they can be layered, and there's zero creasing and fallout. I mean, obviously there's zero fallout because they're a cream eyeshadow. Cream eyeshadows just don't have fallout. For creasing wise, I would agree they are not creasing in my eyelid. I do agree they layered nicely on top of each other. I think just the two shades I layered together, I just don't love the color combo very much, but that's okay. And for being impossible to mess up, I think I do agree with that. I do think they are a very beginner friendly formula, and like I said, I had plenty of time to work with the shadow and kind of blend it out before it dried down. Now I didn't get a chance to try my fingers with it today because I have nails on and I hate like trying to pick up product with a nail on, but overall this is definitely one of the easiest soft matte cream formulas I have ever worked with. And if you're someone who likes one and done shadows, you like kind of more neutral safe colors, and you want something you can just kind of throw on and blend out, I think you would like these eyeshadows. I'm excited to play around with these a little bit more. I kind of want to try using that green as like a little eyeliner at some point. We'll see, but I am excited for that Studio shade because I love that all over the eye. Let me know your thoughts on these shadows and whether or not you would pick them up. I'm going to link them down below for you as always. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.